Do you want to do palm touch?
Sure, palm touch.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and start, and we'll do that for about 30 seconds. And as you're doing that, notice uh, what comes up. Or what you notice in terms of your body sensations.
Just noticing the texture of my skin on my palm.
Right.
Gradually, I began to see red. And then by slowing down the pace of the circles in my palm, it brought on more relaxation.
Okay. Okay. So the visceral sensations that you experienced were an image of red and a relaxation of muscle, to general relaxation of muscle tone. Now, would you say that was even over your entire body? Like your jaw muscles relaxed the same amount as your leg
No, I
muscles?
just started to feel the relaxation very mildly in my shoulders.
Ah, okay, okay.
And that was when I slowed down the pace of the stroking of the circles in my palm.
Ah, okay. Yeah, slow and light generates far more sensation than um, okay, okay. Now, when you stopped touching, what happened to that relaxation in your shoulders that you were becoming aware of, and the image of red?
The red's no longer there. There's no like sensation of relaxation anymore once I stopped.
Okay, now, did they go away abruptly or decline gradually?
Kind of abruptly, I would say. Like basically once I opened my eyes and stopped the process, it was kind of okay. The relaxation. I'm no longer aware of the relaxation
Ah,
being there.
okay, okay. Well, let's try that again uh, for about, I don't know, 15 or 20 seconds. Uh,
Right.
make sure you're touching real slowly, and then I'll say stop. And when I say stop, just stop and notice what's happening. Just sort of nod your head when you're aware of the visceral sensations. Even slower than that. And leave your eyes closed when I invite you to stop. Okay, so stop now. And notice what happens to those visceral sensations that you were aware of.
So I saw red again. I'm still seeing red.
Uh-huh.
There was more of a wave of lightness that kind of rose up into my head, especially when I got slower.
Okay.
Um,
Now,
and I can
then,
still feel a little bit of tingling on my palm.
right. And when did that energy move up into your head? Was that before you stopped? After you stopped? When did that move up?
Before I stopped.
Okay.
Particularly when you asked me to go a bit slower.
Ah, okay. Okay. So you felt some energy going up. Now, when you stopped and kept your eyes open, what happened to the sensations?
I'm still feeling a bit lighter in my head.
Okay.
The red is I'm no longer seeing red.
Okay.
And I can still feel a bit of the tingling in my palm.
Okay. Now the red, did that fade immediately, or did it gradually disappear, or
It
what happened to it?
it didn't fade immediately after I stopped.
Hmm.
It basically went away after I opened my eyes and began this conversation
Ah,
with you.
okay. Okay. Yeah. That's not unusual for a visual phenomenon. If you open your eyes, you're bombarded with different visual phenomena. So
Mhm.
it's hard to maintain. Now, the red that you saw, was that like somebody, those like red cellophane or a red filter? Is that like somebody was holding a red, like was everything in your field of vision a uniform red? Tell me about the red that you saw.
The red cellophane describes it well, but like the longer that I went with the movement on my hand, there was kind of it's hard to describe, waves of yellow and orange coming up from underneath, and I
Oh,
um,
okay. Okay. So it was like your field of vision was a fairly uniform red. And
mhm,
then as you went on, there were these other colors the that
mhm,
sort of floated upwards. Okay.
right,
And it's interesting that that's the same kind of movement that lightness followed.
true.
Right. Okay. Okay. So now what I'd like you to do is go ahead and close your eyes.
Mhm.
And now I want you to imagine, without actually touching your palm, imagine stroking your palm in exactly the same way, nice and slow, like the really slow touch. And what are you noticing?
I see the red again with the kind of little bits of the yellow at the bottom. I'm
Okay.
not feeling the waves of relaxation, but it sounds funny. I've noticed I'm thinking too hard about it.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's kind of like I tell people who are doing relationship stuff, you know, the more you focus on how much you want love, the harder it is to achieve. It's like most of those, um, um, I don't really have a good word for the kind of thing that is, but it's the kind of thing that's not subject to our intellect. Because there's all that other stuff that happens with our minds and bodies that that the more we try to hold on to them, the more they go away.
Mhm. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. That's cool. So you were able to actually generate a visceral sensation from your imagination, which is kind of cool.